नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिवसमारम्भाम् नित्यानन्देश्वरि परमशक्तिमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome you all with my love and respect. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Samajis, Satsangis, Shri Mahants, Mahants, Tanidar Kotari, Kailasas, ministers, ambassadors, citizens, Rajya Sabha members, Chit Sabha members, and Paramashiva Sena program participants in Kailasa Tiruvannamalai and Kailasa Guinea-Bissau. I welcome all of you for this auspicious Paramashivaratri, 5th day satsang and spiritual alchemy process, Shaktipada, Shaktinipada, quantum entanglement and quantum enlightenment. The festivities of Mahashivaratri, Brahmotsavam is happening in all Kailasas. 5th day celebration and satsang. Paramashiva's direct message from Maha Kailas for all of us. Listen. Live moksha-centric dharma, moksha-centric artha, moksha-centric kama, moksha-centric moksha. Listen carefully. I am teaching you the ultimate truths, giving you the ultimate experience of life. This whole Paramashivaratri is teaching you about how to use Ratri, night time, to manifest the ultimate Shiva. Listen. Shivaratri is not just one day celebration, it's one day training. To make every night as Shiva's night. I'll teach you step by step the Kailasa's culture, Kailasa's truths, Kailasa's space, Kailasa's revelation. listen intensely. I want you to understand this whole truth, this moksha centric life. Your whole life should become moksha centric. See, your whole day somehow goes in constantly brainwashing you to live this world centric, focused on this world, materialistic mentality, lifestyle, ideology, philosophy centered. Materialistic ideology, materialism centered dharma, artha, kama, moksha, all are fake. Listen. You should know the big difference between materialism and moksha centric life. See how the society teaches body mind combo, and you need to work hard, earn this step by step. If you bring that philosophy to dharma, artha, kama, moksha in all four, you will be a slave forever and failure forever. If you shift the whole understanding, make it moksha centric, moksha centric dharma, moksha centric artha, moksha centric kama, you will be successful in everything. The best time to do this shift is night time. Various reasons. I can give you 108 reasons. Because your daytime is already taken away. How much ever I may tell you, you will not be able to give your daytime for this ultimate. Your daytime is lost in endless distraction. You are brainwashed to live in endless distraction. The whole ecosystem you are made to be in during the daytime, whichever country you are. No country is an exemption. Whichever country you are, your daytime, you are brainwashed to be in the ecosystem of materialism, half truths, false narratives. Your whole ecosystem makes you feel your actions and reaction towards your fear will bring you security. The endless distractions are the pleasure. How many fake narratives are peddled and you are brainwashed, and you also start living, believing unquestioned assumptions. such large blind spots, larger than the black hole. Like how the black hole sucks the whole planets into it. The blind spots you carry sucks your whole life into it. The wrong ideas about the boredom and tiredness. Wrong ideas about loneliness, love. Unquestioned assumptions lead to wrong lifestyle, food habits, addictions, and whatnot. Best practical way is just give your night time to me. I will shift your whole energy and give you enlightenment. It's my commitment. This whole Shivaratri is all about awakening you how to use the night to manifest oneness with Shiva. Today the whole satsang is going to be how to use your night the best way to become moksha centric. Your whole brain, body, mind, consciousness, everything needs to be rewired to experience oneness with Paramashiva. To experience Paramadvaita. So I'll reveal these truths one by one. Listen intensely. Pradiratram mahatkum karma vishwasya kurvasi najanasi swayam tasya rahasyam paramatputam. Nightly disappearance and mystery of sleep. Every night you perform the most mysterious act in the universe and you don't even realize it. You lie down, close your eyes, and then you vanish. Not your body, but you, the one who thinks, one who remembers about himself, worries, plans, remembers, lives, simply disappears. Here is what you really need to wake up. You have absolutely no idea where you go tonight. Pratiratram mahatkum karma viswasya kurvasi najanasi swayam tasya rahasyam paramatputam sayano nimishonmilya na deha nachamarutaha nasam yasi swayanchaiva chindakaha smrutirochakaha smartru yochakaha kva yasitu nisayam tvam na kinchitapi vedasi layam apatyate cheto kulikena pate. Yadi tadbodamatrena na katachit pramatyase chaitanyam tavalokesmin न साधारणं इष्यते मरणं प्रतिदिनं त्वेतत् पुनरुत्थानमेव च सामान्यं मन्यते लोको मोहसंस्कारवशात् आश्चर्यं क्लु यात्रैषा या नित्यं संप्रवर्तते निद्रासारेण जीवस्तु तामेवाधिक्र मेच्चिरः. Listen, I'll translate and tell you. You have absolutely no idea where you go tonight. When you surrender to sleep, you will dissolve into something so profound, so utterly beyond your daily understanding, that if you truly grasped what happens, you would never take consciousness for granted again. Only once you understand these truths before Shivaratri, you will never sleep again. Every night will be Shivaratri. But you have been brainwashed to treat this daily death and resurrection as ordinary. How fascinating that the most extraordinary journey you will ever take happens every single night, and you have been sleepwalking through it your entire life. आधार वामहे किंचित भेदगम हृदयंगमम सायं सायं स्वयं कृत्यम मरणं स्वीकुरोषि वै ननाट्यं न च भाषैषा यथार्थोऽयं निरूपितः यत्तदात्मेति मन्यन्ते स्वेच्छया तन्नलीयते. चिन्तकः कल्पकश्चैव अनुभोक्ता स्वलक्षणः स्वयं प्रविशति शून्यं स्वनामावतिवर्जितं नित्यनासेऽपि तस्मिन् तु न विस्मयम् अवेचक्षे अभ्यासेन हि लोकोऽयम् आश्चर्यं विस्मरत्यलम्. Voluntary suicide and the mundane treatment of the mystical. Now let's begin with something rather unsettling. Every evening you perform what amounts to voluntary suicide. I'm not being dramatic. I am being precise. Think about it. What do you call yourself? This chattering, thinking, experiencing, being willingly steps into oblivion. See, we have become so accustomed to this nightly disappearance that we have stopped noticing how absolutely extraordinary it is. Your thoughts stop, your sense of time evaporates, your precious identity, all those opinions, memories, and concerns you clutch so tightly simply dissolves. अभ्यासेन हि लोकोऽयम् आश्चर्यं विस्मरत्यलम्. न विचारो न कालोत्र न अहंकार प्रपंचना स्मृत्यः कल्पनाश्चैव सर्वं तत्र विलीयते तथापि किंचिदस्त्येव न त्वं न च न त्वमेव तत्. Sthitam maunam param sakshi rahasyam gahanam dhruvam sunyatam bauddha bhashayam darsayat nityasaha ahankara virametu sutta sattavasheshitaha nitram sadharanam karma manyate moodamanavaha yada yantrasya samsittir vidyut sambara evacha ahogatam mahamohaha adbudam sadhu sadhu cha lauhiham krutavan loho nityamayavasat. Listen. Somehow mysteriously something continues throughout your night. I am describing what happens to your night. And what should happen? What happens and what should happen? So listen carefully. Your precious identity, all those opinions, memories, and concerns you clutch so tightly, simply dissolves. Yet somehow, mysteriously, something continues, something that is not quite you, but is not quite not you either. See, if I ask who is in the night, you can't say you, and you can't say you are not. See, Yoga Vasishta says, Esha Jagarti Suptanam Prahatraya Vivekinam Haratyapadamaarthanam Vitaratya Mahatmanam. This self remains awake among those who are asleep. It strikes the undiscerning, removes calamity from the distressed, and bestows grace upon those who are not great souled. Means even for ordinary people. Listen. Adetat antaram pashya vismarana vilakshanam nitrayam patite dehe kim nama lupyate kilam na nama nachakar masti na sambandho nachakramaha yenatma parichiyeda tatsarvam nopalapyate na chinta na smritir nasti na matam nabhirushyapi ya puman divases eshaha sa ratrau na pravartate sarvasmriti vinasoyam purno vismaranatmakaha na tatra marana buddhihi na sokaha na vilapanam kasmat tatra na sokaha shyat nasito ya suchir bhavet yochita sochita swayamevatra nitrayalayamagataha aho virodamaduryam nityam darsayasi swayam swabhavena vina jivaha sukameva pravartate. Listen. What vanishes and the paradox of existing without identity. Now let's examine this disappearing act more closely What exactly vanishes when you fall asleep? Your name does not matter anymore. Your job, your relationships, your endless to do list gone. Your endless distractions are gone. All those things you think define you, your wealth, your identity, your relationships, your job, your bank balance, simply are not there. The person who was worried about tomorrow's meeting, who remembered yesterday's conversation, who has opinions about politics and preferences about coffee, about the food, entire construction just stops. It's a most complete forgetting imaginable, possible. And yet, curiously, you don't experience this as a loss or a death. There's no sense of tragedy in deep sleep, no mourning for the vanished self. Why? Because the one who could mourn has also disappeared. This is what I find deliciously paradoxical. Every night you prove that you can exist perfectly well without having your identity, without being your ego, your identity, yourself. In fact, you might say you exist more purely, more essentially when all psychological furniture has been cleared away. Yada sarvobadinam nirase sadi samstitihi suttadaram तदा सत्वं दृश्यते निर्विशेषतः यदि नित्यं विना नाम विना रूपं विना स्मृतिं सिद्धोसि तु निसायां किं सत्यं तव तत्पवुः यत्तिवा रक्षते दृढं यत् अहंकार संसृतं किं तत् अल्पं विगल्प्यं वा नित्यनासमर्थकम्. See, here is an uncomfortable question this raises. If you can be so completely without your identity every single night, what does that tell about the reality of this identity you defend so fiercely during the day? It's less than just dust, less than just ash. Could it be what you think you are is far more optional than you have been led to believe by the society? The brainwashing, conditioning of the society has led you to believe many wrong things about everything, including about you. Listen, this is what I find deliciously paradoxical. Every night you prove you can exist perfectly without being yourself. So you need to realize maybe could it be that what you think you are is far more optional than what you have been led to believe. अदागच्छामहे बोधं विस्मयस्यादि गौरवं जाग्रत्यस्ति सदा कश्चित् द्रष्टा नेत्रपुरस्सरः पश्यत् यन्तर्गतं वृत्तं चिन्ताम् हर्षं विषादगं निद्रां विनाश सदा युक्तः साक्षी नित्य इव स्थितः चैतन्यं वेदनं वा त्वम् अहं वा तमुदाहृतं न कदाचित् संगितवान् नित्यत्वे तस्य संस्थितौ सुखे दुःखे तदा तैव रागे द्वेषे च सर्वथा एक एव स्थितो द्रष्टा परिवर्तनवर्जितः ततो निद्रा समायादा साक्षी तत्र न दृश्यते न मूर्छितो न नष्टोऽसौ नापि क्वचित् वस्थितः अभावोऽयं नवक्त्वय भावाभावविवर्जितः द्रष्टा एव हि द्रष्टृत्वे लयमा पत्यते ध्रुवम्. Watcher dissolves into the watching. Observer dissolves into observing. Now we arrive at something truly puzzling. During waking hours, there is always this sense of someone watching. Is it there? An observer behind your eyes, a witness to your thoughts, a constant companion who never seems to sleep. You might call it consciousness, awareness, or observer, or simply you, I. This watcher is so persistent, so reliable, that you have probably never questioned its permanence. It is there when you are happy, it is there when you are sad, it is there when you are bored, it is there when you are excited. The one constant in ever-changing experience. But then sleep arrives, and this eternal observer, this supposedly permanent witness, simply is not there. That would imply something is there to be unconscious but not absent. That would suggest a place from which it is missing. किमेदिति पृच्छन्ति चेतनाया स्वभावतः क्रान्तिकारी भवेदर्थः बोधस्यास्य विचारणे न द्रष्टात्वं यथा मन्ये स्थिरो मूलः सनातनः आविर्भाव क्षणिकस्त्वेष तरंग इव वारितौ यथा निद्रा समायादि तरंगोलयं मृच्छति अब्धि तिष्ठति नित्यं तु स न शून्यः न पूर्णकः. See, it's more mysterious than that. the watcher itself dissolves into watching. What does this mean? Well, it suggests something rather revolutionary about the nature of consciousness itself. Perhaps this observer you think you are is not quite as solid, as permanent, as fundamental as you have been assuming, as you have been brainwashed, as you have been conditioned by unconscious society. Instead of exploring all these great obvious truths and questions in front of us, instead of teaching this to our next generation in the school as the preliminary education, we go on teaching stupid things, especially things which is never going to be useful in our day-to-day life, which has no meaning or relevance for our living. Never you have been made to think, made to question about your identity or consciousness. Maybe the consciousness is not something you have, but something you temporarily appear in, like a wave appearing in ocean. Perhaps the observer you think you are is not quite as solid, as a permanent, as fundamental as you've been assuming. When sleep comes, the wave subsides back into the ocean. But the ocean itself, that remains. The question is, what is this ocean is less than or greater than? Actually, this whole thing, today's satsang is commentary, Bhashya and Ratri Sukta, deeper revelations from Ratri Sukta. Suptau na swapno na mano na buddhihi na dehabhavo na cha kaladeshau naham na chanyo na sukam na dukkam tatapi sattvam na kadapi nashtam na kinchit lokyati tatra chetaha na kinchita kankshati na स्मरत्यपि अनुभवा भावसमे वि तस्मिन् अस्तित्वमात्रं प्रविभात्यदीव न दृश्यते न तत्र न वेत्यता वा न भोक्ता भोगो न च भोगसाधनं तथा विबोधात् प्रबुध्यते जनः सुसुप्ति मासात्य सुखीति वेत्ति यदि ह्यभावो त्र सदा भवेत् कथं विशेषः सुखदुःखयो स्मृतः सुप्ते विशुद्धं परमं हि सत्त्वं बीजात्मनाधिष्ठति साक्षिरूपं न गुणा न रूपञ्च नाम किंचित नाहम प्रत्यय न च विश्वबुद्धिः कारणदेहे लयमेत्य सर्वं शान्तं शिवं केवलमस्ति तत् य ते तत् वैदमलक्षणं च नित्यं निरालम्बनमेव साक्षी तथैव nityam pratiratrameva ajnanavasat na jana prajananti. Listen, it gets even more mysterious because sometimes in the state where you have supposedly vanished, the most extraordinary theatre production begins. Dreams. Now, here is what should absolutely baffle you. If you are unconscious, if the self has dissolved, who exactly is creating these elaborate dreams? Who is writing the script? Who is casting the characters? Who is designing the sets? And most mysteriously of all, who is watching the show? In your dreams, you meet people you have never seen. You visit places that don't exist. You have conversations you would have never had. The creativity is astounding. The detail is remarkable. The dreaming mind constructs entire worlds, complete with the physics, relationships, the storylines that can be more compelling than any Hollywood production. But the dreamer, the one who would normally take credit for such creativity, is supposedly absent. It's as though Shakespeare plays were being written by someone who had completely forgotten they were Shakespeare. And here is the most fascinating part. In the dream, you believe it is all real. You are convinced that dream you is real you. The dream world is real world. The illusion is perfect until you wake up. Now this should make you pause. If consciousness can create such convincing realities while you are absent, what makes you so certain that this waking reality is not just another kind of dream? Perhaps one being dreamed by something far more vaster than your individual mind. It is dreamed by something far more vast than your individual mind. Sushupti sapara avastha yatra swapno vidyade tatra kinchitapi nastiti pradibadi vilakshana na tatra chinta na mano na buddhihi na sparsha rupam na rasapravaha na kalabhoto na tisham vihalpaha naham na chanya praviliyate tat tatapi kinchit pariseshameva na sunyata sa na sa bhavanasa prabodha kale sugamitye ityavetti supto hamasam sugamityanubhuyate yatihya bhavaha kalu kevalam syat na beda bodaha sugadukayoho syat sushuptikale visatam hi satvam sakshitvamatreణ swayam prakasate na anubhavotra na chanubhoktoha na gneyavastu na cha jnanabetaha अस्तित्वमात्रं निरुपाधि शांतं अनुभवा भाव समेवि संतातम. नाट्योपमाने विवेचनीयं न दृश्यते किंचन तत्र किंचित् तथापि सत्ता न विनश्यते हि प्रपञ्चलीला लयमेव याति कारण सप्तेन मुनिपृक्ता अवस्था सा बीजरूपा हि नित्या न गुणा न धर्मा न च नाम रूपं नाहं प्रत्ययो न विकल्पलेशः यदेतदात्मा स्वयमेव सुप्तः न कर्तृ भोक्यादि विभागयुक्तः न एव शान्तः परिपूर्ण एषः प्रत्येकमात्र प्रतिरात्रमेव यतन्विषन्ति तपसा च योगैः ध्यानैः समाधौ स चिरं मनीषिणः तदेव सर्वे सुषुप्तिकाले स्वभावतो यान्ति न जानन्त्येव. Listen. Let's venture into the most mysterious territory of all, which you should have been taught by the age of 5 to venture. By the age of 5, you know the difference between deep sleep, dreaming, and waking state. Till the age of 3, you don't know the difference clearly. That is why many times, even after eating fully, kids start crying in the dream state when they feel the hunger in the dream. Kids react in a confused way. For things happened in the dream, they react in waking state. For things happened in the waking state, they react in the dream because they do not know the clear marking, the boundary, territory. But by the age of 5, you know it. By 5, any intelligent society should have started teaching you and made you question, understand this whole dream, deep sleep, and waking state. But the society is too busy in brainwashing you and making a slave out of you. The chronic capitalistic leaders are trying to make a worker out of you. Each religious leader tries to make one person for their religion, a religious follower out of you. Society is trying to make you a best slave out of you. Mother is trying to make good son. Father is trying to make good son. Everyone is trying to make what they want from you. The personality they want as you. Nobody is interested in your enlightenment. Nobody is interested in you. A real society which is interested in you by the age of 5 should have made you start thinking, exploring this deep sleep and dream, this whole territory. Let's venture into the most mysterious territory of all, deep sleep. Those hours when even dreams don't visit, when you exist in a state so profound that nothing, absolutely nothing, appears to be happening. This is where things become truly mind-bending. In deep sleep, there are no thoughts, no sensations, no experiences of any kind. No time, no space, no self, no other. And yet something is there. How do I know? Because you wake up fresh, refreshed. Because you know you have slept well. Because there's a clear difference between 8 hours of deep sleep and 8 hours of tossing and turning. If there was truly nothing there, how could there be any qualitative difference at all? This is what I call the deep sleep paradox. Pure being without any content whatsoever, existence without experience. It's like a theater with the lights off, the audience gone, the actors departed, yet somehow mysteriously the show goes on. The mystics have a word for this state. They call it Karana Sarira, causal body. Karana Sarira, the most fundamental level of your being. It is you without any qualities, you without any attributes, you without even the sense of being you. Meditation, in philosophy, in religion, you experience it naturally every time you fall into deep sleep. The cosmic joke is that enlightenment puts you to sleep. Your existence aware of itself without needing to think about it. What is shocking is that you visit this state of perfect peace, perfect wholeness, perfect being every single night. The very thing you are searching for in. Listen. Sushupti darsayate spashtam na tvaya chetana stita tva aham bhavanamataya nityaiva sa pravartate nama rupam kada chaitya swabhavopi viliyate itihasah pravrittischa sarvametat pranashyati tatapi bodha santyaiva na katapi nivartate दीपस्येव प्रकाशोऽयं न पात्रेण स्वगीयतां कटो न प्रकाशं तारयति प्रकाशः कटमेव हि सीमां तत्त्वा क्षणं तिष्ठन् स्वतन्त्र स प्रकाशते एवं चित्तोपाधिभेदात् चेतना न विसेक्षिता अहङ्कार विहीनेषु. वाहो प्रवाहे सा विवर्तते न ममायं न तवायं न जीवस्य स्वभावतः सुत्ता सैव परासत्ता सर्वत्र समवस्थितं वेणुरेव न वा तस्य स्वामी भवति कर्हिषित् स्वराकारं क्षणं तत्त्वा वायुरेव प्रवर्तते तथा देहेन्द्रियैः केवलं रूपं यान्ति विभूतयः चेतना न तु देहस्य देहस्तस्य उपाधिका यदुक्तं मुनिभिः पूर्वं महच्चैतन्यमव्ययं न लोकान्तरवृत्तान्तस्वानुभूतिप्रदर्शनं प्रतिरात्रं यदा जीवः स्वात्मभावे लयं व्रजेत् तथैव तत्परं ब्रह्म स्वयमेव प्रकाशते na tvam chetanavan nama chetanaiva tvamatmani binno smiti pramo jataha swapna kalpodivastitaha tarango na jalat binna jalameva tarangata nama rupa krito betaha sushuptau layamedi sa yata nitram samavat samavatya sagaratvam prabatyate tata swam swarupam prapya bhavat yeva yatasyasi. Listen. Now we are approaching something that might disturb your carefully constructed sense of self, because what sleep reveals is this: consciousness does not need you to exist. Listen carefully. It's very hurting, because you are not needed. You are not needed. Every night, your cherished personal identity, your name, your history, your personality, your preferences, your right, wrong, good, bad, completely disappears. Your strong opinions, strong ideology, strong policies. And yet, awareness itself continues. It's like discovering that the light in your room does not actually belong to the lamp. The lamp just temporarily shapes and focuses a light that exists independently. During sleep, consciousness flows freely, uncontained by the boundaries of your ego. It's no longer your consciousness. It is simply consciousness itself playing through the instrument of your nervous system, like a wind through a flute. Like a wind through a flute. The flute does not own the wind. It just gives it temporary form and melody. This is what the ancients meant when they spoke of the universal mind, the cosmic consciousness, the Buddha nature. They were not talking about some grand otherworldly concept. They were pointing of what you experience every single night when your individual awareness dissolves back into the ocean of pure being. And here is what is both beautiful and terrifying about this realization. What you call your consciousness was never really yours to begin with. You are not a separate being having conscious experiences. You are consciousness itself, temporarily dreaming that it's a separate being. The wave is not separate from the ocean. It's the ocean expressing itself as a wave. And every night in sleep, you return to your oceanic nature. Swabhava. You become what you have always been, but temporarily forget you were. Reassembling, which happens in the morning, and the deeper intelligence behind reassembling. Let's understand about that. Listen. प्रातः काले विचिन्त्यैतत् कथं जीवः पुनर्भवेत् लयात् समग्रविन्यासः कथं स्वयमेव जायते सुषुप्तौ सर्वसंहारः नामरूपातिसंस्थिते प्रबोधेतु पुनः सर्वं संयुज्येव प्रतीयते प्रथमं बोधमात्रं हि नाहं भावो न स्मृतयः न पूर्वं नाभिभाव्यं च स्वप्रकाशः स एव हि उषःप्रथमाभासः यदा निसप्त एव स तथा बोधः स्वयं ज्योति स्वात्मन्येव प्रजायते ततः स्मृतय उपेयुः अहं भावश्च वर्तते इदं गृहमिदं कर्म इति बन्धः प्रजायते क्रमेण मनसः पुञ्जः संस्कारा समुपस्थिता व्यक्तित्वम् इति यन्नाम तत्सर्वं पुनरुत्थितं न कुतोऽपि समायातं न बहिर्नाभिचान्तरे बीजशक्ते समुत्पन्नं स्वयमेव व्यवस्थितं न कर्ता न च कर्तृत्वम् अहङ्कारस्य विद्यते ककरोतीति पृषा सा न कदापि विचिन्त्यते यदि सुप्तौ विनष्टः स्यात् अहं भावः समूलतः कः पुनः स्मरते मार्गं कः संयोजते पुनः नाहं न मनसा कार्यं न स्मृत्या न चेतसा या बुद्धिर्नित्यसञ्चारी सा कार्यं कुरुते स्वयं यया केसा वर्तयन्ते हृदयं यत् प्रवर्तते अन्नं यया रसत्वं याति सा बुद्धिः पुनरुत्थिते बीजात् वृक्षः प्रसूयते न बीजस्य विचारणात् तथा जीवस्य स्मरच्छना नाहङ्कारवसानुका अहं न कुरुते किञ्चित् कृतं सर्वं परेण तु कूडया बुद्धिशक्त्या हि नित्यमेव व्यवस्थितम् Listen, let's examine something equally mysterious. How you manage to reassemble yourself each morning. This is too important. See, only if you understand how you reassemble every morning, you can understand how you can bring the best things of your sushupti state into your waking state, and how you can make the best use of your sushupti state in your waking state. Let's examine something powerful, very mysterious, how you manage to reassemble yourself each morning. Because that's what happens, isn't it? After hours of complete dissolution, somehow all the pieces of your identity magically come back together again. Watch this process carefully the next time you wake up. First, there is just pure awareness. No sense of being anyone in particular, no memory, of yesterday, no anticipation of today, just consciousness awakening to itself. Like the first light of dawn, then gradually the familiar structures begin to reassemble. Oh yes, I am this, my name. I live in this house. I have this job. I was planning about this meeting. Layer by layer, memory by memory, the psychological self rebuilds itself. From what exactly? From nothing but pure potential. From Karana Sarira, you are rebuilding your identity again. It's like watching a magician pull an entire personality out of an empty hat. And the most fascinating part, you do this reconstruction so automatically, so swiftly, that you never stop to wonder who is doing this rebuilding. You take this for granted. If you are truly gone during sleep, who remembers how to put you back together? If your identity was genuinely dissolved, what force knows exactly which thoughts, which memories, which personality traits belongs to you? The answer is both simple yet profound. Simple and profound. The same intelligence that grows your hair, beats your heart, and digests your food. The same wisdom that knows exactly how to transform a seed into a flower without any conscious effort on the seed's part. Your ego does not reconstruct itself. It is reconstructed by a far deeper intelligence that you rarely acknowledge or even understand. Look in, the same process is happening now in waking life. Ate tatbodhyamatyantam yannitrayam prakasitam na kevalam nisakale jagratyabhipravartate yataham bhavalayaha suptau yachabhotasya nirgamaha yatatrushyamaha buddhihi sa jagratyabhisamstita वेदोऽस्ति केवलं तत्र जाग्रदवस्थयावहः अहं कर्तेति सङ्कल्पः दीर्घकालं प्रवर्तते अहं चिन्तयितेति ब्रूते अहं कुर्यामिति स्मरन् अहं जीवामि लोकेऽस्मिन् इत्ययं प्रान्ति संहति आगतं चिन्तनं किञ्चित् न पूर्वं विनियोजितं प्रेमवाद्वेष एवात्र न सङ्कल्पात् प्रवर्तते हृदयस्य प्रवृत्तिश्च पासनं रसरूपणं न त्वया क्रियते किञ्चित् नियन्ता न च दृश्यते देहे कोसगनानांशय समन्वयकारकः नाहं स न च मे बुद्धिः कूटः सर्वकर्मकृत् या सुप्तौ स्वप्नसृष्टिं च स्मृतिं संरक्षणं तथा देहधारणमव्यक्रं सा बुद्धिर्जाग्रति स्थिता. अहं कर्तेति यत्पानं तते आवरणं स्मृतं तस्मात् सैव महाशक्तिः न दृश्यते स्वयज्ञया. स्वप्नो यथा न कर्तारं पश्यस्यात्मनि संस्थितं तथा जाग्रदवस्था सा स्वप्नभेदेन वर्तते. स्वप्नत्वे विस्मृतं यत्र स्वप्निता स्वयमेव हि तादृशं जाग्रतं विश्वं चेतना स्वप्नयत्यलम्. Now, actually, we arrive to the shockingly, truly shocking realization. Everything I have been describing about deep sleep, the dissolution of identity, the flow of consciousness without a container, the mysterious intelligence that operates without a supervision, all this is not just happening at night. It is happening right now. What do you call as your waking life? You see the difference only between sleeping consciousness and waking consciousness is that in waking there is a persistent illusion of someone in charge. The ego steps forward and claims ownership of the entire process. I am thinking these thoughts, I am making these decisions, I am living this life. But look more closely. Did you decide to have that thought that just occurred to you? Did you choose to fall in love with someone or some things? Or did it happen to you? Do you control your heartbeat, your digestion, your immune system? Are you actively managing the incredible complexity of your cellular metabolism right now? The same mysterious intelligence that operates during sleep, creating dreams, maintaining the body, organizing memory, is operating right now. You are not just giving it credit because the society has brainwashed that you have an ego, and that ego has convinced you that you are the one running the show. The society's conditioning and brainwashing has gone so deep into you. It created the fake identity called ego. And that ego is convincing you that ego is running the show. But what if I told you that waking life is just another kind of dream? A dream in which consciousness dreams. It's a separate individual having experiences, making choices, living a life. A dream so convincing that the dreamer completely forgets they are dreaming. A dream which consciousness dreams. A dream in which consciousness dreams. It's a separate individual having experiences, making choices, living a life. A dream so convincing that the dreamer completely forgets they are dreaming. dreamer dreams the dreamer. That dreamer dreams the dream. ऋषयः सदैव जनन्ति तस्मान् जागरन् वदन्ति न निद्राया जागरणं न तु स्वप्नस्य वेदनं स्वपरत्तस्य प्रान्तिं त्यज्य सत्यप्राप्नोति चेतना न जीवः चेतनावान् अह किं तु चेतना एव हि जन्मान्तरमापादयति स्वात्मभावे क्रीडमानम् एतत् न नवीनं किञ्चित् पुरा तु तत्पूते शास्त्रैः सप्तसहस्र वर्षेषु महाशक्तिमुक्तं दृष्टं नामभेदैः विविधैः प्रहं बोधस्वभावः स्वर्गराज्यम् अन्तस्थम् इत्येतानि सञ्चितानि सर्वाणि तु तदेकं वर्णयन्ति यं त्वं प्रतिरात्रि सुषुप्तौ अनुभवसि नित्यम् उपनिषदः चतुर्विधान् चेतनावस्था प्रतिपादयन्ति जाग्रत् स्वप्न सुषुप्ति सदा सुषुप्तिस्थानं चतुर्थतुरीयं हि च न तु अवस्था खलु स नित्यबोधस्य प्रकटीकरणं यत्सर्वेषु अन्येषु अवस्थासु प्रत्यक्षस्फुरति जाग्रत् स्वप्न सुषुप्तिर् चित्रतत्रापि साक्षीपदलं सर्वदा साक्षी स्थिति चेतनम् एव त्वमेव साक्षात् न लघुतरतरङ्गः व्यक्तिस्त्वस्य नित्यमुक्तसागर एव स्वयमेव सत्त्वस्य आधारः सीमसामर्थय अहङ्कारातीतम् सुप्तिप्रवेशे प्रतिरात्रं गृहमव नवत् अनुभव स्वात्मवस्वरूपे प्रतिप्राप्ति परमसत्त्वं प्रत्यक्षं च न लघु जीवः स्वसमस्या न च सीमायुक्त कश्चन महात्वं यत् सीमातीतं सर्वान् समस्याधारणं क्षय सुन्दरम् उक्तवन्तः स्वप्नप्रान्ति परित्यज्य साक्षात्कृत्य जागरणं यदा यत् त्वं सत्यमेव सः सर्वस्वप्नं विनश्यति सुप्तबोधेव नित्यं च समानन्तरमशेषं न लघु जीवः स्वसमस्या न च सीमायुक्त कश्चन महात्वयत् सीमासीदं सर्वान् समस्याधरन् क्षय सुन्दरम् उक्तवन्त स्वप्न रान्ति परित्यज्य साक्षात्कृत्य जागरणं यदा यत् त्वं सत्यमेव स सर्वस्वप्न विनश्यति सुप्तबोध एव नित्य च स्वां समान अंतर अशेषं स्वयमेव सत्त्वस्य आधारः असीमसामर्थ्य अहंकारातीतम्. Wow. Understand these four states of consciousness. You can get awakened right now. The rishis have always known it. That is why they speak of awakening, the fourth state, turiya. Not awakening from sleep, but awakening from the dream of being a separate self. Awakening to what you discover every night in deep sleep, that you are not a person having consciousness, but consciousness itself playing at being a person. What I have been sharing with you is not new. You know, the ancient traditions have been pointing to this mystery for thousands of years. They called it by different names: Brahman, the Tao, Buddha nature, the kingdom of heaven within. But they were all describing the same thing you visit every night in deep sleep. The Upanishad spoke of four states of consciousness: waking, dreaming, deep sleep, and the fourth, turiya. This fourth state is not really a state at all, but the unchanging awareness that witnesses all other states. The screen on which the movies of waking, dreaming, and sleeping all play. What the sages discovered is that this witnessing awareness, this pure consciousness that remains constant through all your changing experiences, this is what you actually are, not the temporary wave of personality, but the eternal ocean of being itself. They realize that the journey into sleep each night is actually a journey home, a return to your original nature, your true self, your deepest identity, not the small self with its endless problems and pursuits, but the vast self that has no problems because it has no boundaries. Vedic rishis put it beautifully. They said enlightenment is like awakening from a dream in which you dreamed you were someone other than who you really are. And what you really are is what remains when all the dreaming stops. Pure awareness, infinite potential, consciousness without limits. Listen carefully. Today's satsang is very powerful. You need to listen at least 2-3 times. Listen to it at least 2-3 times. Go through it. I'll give you now the essence. Implications for daily life and the sacred journey into sleep. Tasmadeva dhyana paramparasu sushupte pravenyam vishishtovyasah kriyate ahankare liyamanebi yacchetanana liyate tasya sakshatkarayate prayatnavantah yatratrau acetanataya anubhavasi tadevate sakshat trashtum icchanti yada vyakti swarupam samashti chaitanyat utpatyate punascha tasminneva liyate iti yesha eva desham rahasya botah na moksha satya na kinchitapi nodanam praptavyam yat tvam asi yat sata asi yat pratiratram ahambhava parityage vishuddhaya anubhavasi tateva avabodhaniyam अव एतत् तनैन्दिन जीवेन किं करोति सर्वं परिवर्तयति पुनः किञ्चन न परिवर्तयति उत्तिष्ठसि तन्तदावनं करोषि स्वकर्मसु प्रवर्तसे किन्तु अधुना यथार्थे किं प्रवर्तते इति जानासि या अयं जनः इति मन्यसे यस्य नाट्यं वासना वया कल्पना स अभि स्वप्न पात्रवत् क्षण भङ्गुर एव आकर्षक स अनुभवयोग्यः किन्तु अन्ततः चेतनायाम् उत्पन्नः चेतनायां लीन क्षणिकप्रतीति एवः एतत् जीवनं न निष्फलं करोति अपितु क्षणं क्षणम् अनन्तमूल्यं करोति यतो हि न अन्यत्र गन्तुम् इच्छसि न अन्यो भवितुं न अन्यत् साधयितुं यत् सर्वेषु प्रयासेषु अन्वेष्टं तदेव त्वम् असि इति साक्षात् पश्यसि तथा जीवनम् उपेक्षारूपेण किन्तु लीलारूपेण जीवली फलासक्तिं विना कर्तव्य पूर्णनिष्ठया यथा नट स्वपात्रं सम्यक् वहति न तु तस्मिन् विस्मृतिं यास्यति अत यथा पुनः शयनं गच्छसि तथा तं विश्राममात्रं न मन्यस्व स पवित्र प्रत्यावर्तनमार्गः स्वरूपस्वरूपे स्वस्वरूपे लय परमसत्या ऐक्यं यत् योगिन जीवनपर्यन्तम् अन्वेषयन्ति तत्त्वं प्रतिरात्रं स्वाभाविकतया अनुभवसि श्वासप्रश्वासवत् सहजम्. प्रभाते उत्तिष्ठन् क्षणमात्रम् अहंभावं न गृहाण तस्मात् पूर्वं यद्विलासं शान्तं चैतन्यं तत्र तिष्ठ क्षणम् पश्य यावत् त्वं कश्चन न अभवः तावत् त्वं कियत् विशाल आसि इति एष एव ध्यानं न क्रिया किन्तु स्वाभाविकस्थितिः यदा अत्यधिकं क्रतुं विरमसि स्मर चेतना न तव वस्तु त्वमेव चेतना चेतनैव सर्वं करोति प्रतिरात्रं सुषुप्तिरहस्ये सा चेतना व्यक्तित्वात् विरम्य स्वरूप एव रमते कियत् अद्भुतं ब्रह्महास्यं यत् परमात्मबोधयं साधकाः चिरं यासयन्ते स प्रतिरात्रम् अनुभवः प्रातः विस्मरणं किन्तु अधुना त्वं जानासि एवं सति कथं पुनः अयं व्यक्तिस्वप्न अत्यन्तगम्भीरतया ग्राह्य भवेत्. Listen, I'll give you the essence of this whole satsang. All the traditions of Sanatana Hindu Dharma always focus on the transition into sleep. See, Shaiva in Agamas, in Shakta Tantras and Vaishnava Tantras, Bauddha, Jaina, Vedanta, in all great traditions of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, always focus on the transition into sleep. They are trying to jump into consciousness while the ego dissolves to the witness. The very process you experience unconsciously every night to see directly how the individual self arises from and dissolves back into the universal consciousness. The secret they discovered is this: you don't need to achieve enlightenment, you don't need to do anything great. You just need to recognize what you already are, what you've always been, what you experience most purely every night when you stop pretending to be someone else. What does this mean for you? How you live your daily life? Well, listen, it changes everything. You still wake up, still brush your teeth, still go about your business, but now you know something profound about what is really happening. You begin to see that this person you think you are, with all its dramas and desires, its fears and fantasies, is no more permanent than a character in the last night's dream. Fascinating, yes, engaging, certainly, but ultimately, it is just another temporary appearance in consciousness. I am not saying your life is meaningless. No, it's quite opposite. If you understand your ego is meaningless, you will realize your life as a grand purpose, meaning, existence. It makes every moment infinitely precious because you are no longer trying to get somewhere else, become someone else, achieve something else. You begin to recognize what you have been seeking through all your pursuits and struggles is what you already are in your deepest being. You start to live with what I call divine Sakshi Bhava. See, Paramashiva, he does asatya sadhakas, unimaginable, unthinkable, impossible things, he makes it happen just by his simple presence, mere presence. He does not get involved in anything, but he makes everything happen. Paramashiva never gets involved in anything, but he makes everything happen. As ultimately, you will realize you are that. It makes every moment infinitely precious because you are no longer trying to get somewhere else, become someone else, achieve something else. You begin to recognize that what you have been seeking through all your pursuits and struggles is what you already are in your deepest being. You begin to recognize that what you have been seeking through all your pursuits and struggles is what you already are in your deepest being. You start to live with that, what I call the absolute divine Sakshi Bhava, caring deeply about life while holding lightly to its outcomes. You make everything happen, but you are not involved in anything. Like an actor who plays their role with complete commitment while never forgetting it's just a play. The next time you lie down and fall asleep, instead of treating it as a mere rest, recognize it as a sacred journey. Nitra Samadhi Stitihi. Nitra Samadhi Stitihi. Implications for daily life and the sacred journey into sleep. Realize this. If you understand your sleep is a sacred journey, you will understand its implications for daily life and the sacred journey into sleep, how important it is. You are about to dissolve back into your true nature, to experience what the mystics spend lifetime seeking: unity with the Absolute, oneness, Paramadvaita. And you do this every single night as naturally as breathing. When you wake each morning, instead of immediately grabbing onto your identity, try staying in that spacious awareness for just a moment longer. Feel how vast and peaceful you are before you become someone. Again, this is Samadhi, Dhyana, not something you do, but what you naturally are when you stop doing so much. Samadhi is not you enter into something, you achieve something. No. The achiever, when he dissolves, you dissolve into something. That is Samadhi. You relax into something. That is Samadhi. You rest into something. That is Samadhi. Remember, consciousness is not something you have. You are something consciousness is doing. Consciousness is not something you have. You are something consciousness is doing. And every night in the mystery of sleep, consciousness takes a vacation from being you and simply enjoys being itself. What a marvelous cosmic joke that the deepest spiritual realization is something you experience every single night and wake up forgetting every single morning. But now you know. And knowing this, how can you ever take this dream of being someone quite so seriously again? No. Stop taking seriously. Start being witness. Witnessing the witness. Observing the observer. Being Sakshi to the Sakshi. Paramatvaita Praptiras. I'll continue further truths in further satsangs. With this, I bless you all. Paramatvaita Praptiras.
Nityanandam, thank you for watching, and if you found the video enlightening,
please give it a like, share it with your loved ones, and subscribe to stay connected with us.
Don't forget to click the bell icon to receive the notifications.
You don't need any pre-qualification for manifesting the ultimate other than your only enlightened ones know. It is very difficult to change the. A teacher who accumulates slaves will be your original assumption about yourself. If it is body-mind combo, you are born out of Prapancha Dharma is inner creates. In the end, the power to transform your life lies not in reacting to what you see, but in. If Agam is aligned, Igam and Param all. The moment I gave you Shaktipada, your manifestation is not coming. It is. Icha Shakti must be felt. A picture without emotion is just a thought, but a picture infused with a belief, gratitude, and felt completion becomes. Nityanandeshwara Parama Shiva Samarambam Nityanandeshwari Parama Shakti Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Oh, oh, I welcome all of you with my love and blessing. I welcome each and every one of you for this Shivaratri Brahmotsavam, day 2 of 17 days. It's the second day, Shivaratri Brahmotsavam. Quantum entanglement, quantum enlightenment, satsang, spiritual alchemy process series, second day. Listen intensely. Paramashiva's direct message from Maha Kailasa for all of us. You do not need any pre-qualification for manifesting the ultimate, manifesting what you want. Listen. Listen to this fundamentally. This message, this is ultimate truth. You do not need, you don't need any pre-qualification for manifesting the ultimate other than your conscious decision, your will. That's all. Listen. All your doubts, problems, questions, I know it much more than you know it. You know only how you perceive the doubts in your mind, but I know even the roots from where it has come. First of all, you should all realize all of you have grown up in an artificial plastic society, fake society, where man made laws, man made economical systems, man made social systems with large blind spots and exploitative motive, untrusted. With that kind of a structure, you all have grown up so naturally, whether your family or a school, your college, your team, everything teaches you a false idea outside first, inside next. Means you have to work hard to get something, earn something, gain something, then you will be happy inside. Listen, this is not the organic, natural law of life. Listen, that is why even now, all middle class level success, mediocre level success, maybe few houses, few cars, little money in the bank, career, successful career. Only all these can be achieved if you follow the rules of the unconscious society, because it is designed to keep you mediocre. It is designed for mass. Don't follow the mass. Many times in the mass, M is silent. It is designed to keep you mediocre. This is the knowledge for generalized. See, the moment you generalize, the organic growth is destroyed. Whether education, bringing up, lifestyle, everything. Knowledge, the ideas we teach, the groom and make people experience, everything is specialized in royal schools. Understand? I treat you all as the students of royal school. I am not giving you the generalized teachings given to the mass. No. I don't even want to call my followers, my disciples, my devotees as seekers. No, you are not seeker. The right word for you is manifest. You are not seeker. Right word for you is manifester. Listen. The primal assumption, first assumption you build about yourself, unconsciously or consciously, forced on you or you voluntarily build it, married or raped, anyway, the child you give birth unconsciously remains as a load on your system, continues to keep you focused on endless distractions. It is not even something productive in your life about what you want. It's not even making you healthy or wealthy or happy or blissful. It is just you are stuck with the impossibility and you are rotting in a rut. Just see, look around. All enlightened beings know it is very difficult to break the primal assumption, the preliminary assumption you have about you. Sometimes it takes even janmas to break the preliminary assumption you have about you. That is why I am very clear. The preliminary assumption you have about you itself, I am giving you right. Ultimate assumption. Listen. All the traditions, whether religions or philosophy or psychology, starts with you as just body-mind combo are doing the worst crime against humanity. Because the moment you start thinking you are a body-mind combo and you have to gain step by step by seeking, accumulate and achieve the enlightenment, the ultimate, over. You are put in a bullock cart, or I should say you are chained in the EMI slavery. Listen. Never believe slavery is erased. Slavery is wiped off. No. Slavery is modernized with EMI. Economy should be indigenous. Religion should be indigenous. Social rules and regulations should be indigenous. Food should be indigenous. clothes should be indigenous. Even social laws, criminal laws, right, wrong, philosophies, all should be indigenous, organically grown, not because someone commits a crime in remote area. The preventive laws and rules imposed on us who don't even have an idea about those crimes. One good thing I found is that due to the AI revolution, the Gen Z is going to live only organic life. The globalized brands, whether it is a Coca-Cola or burger or pizzas, are all global brands. Business brand, retail brands, cloth brands, religion brands, philosophy brands, all have no future due to AI revolution. People are going to choose the indigenous lifestyle. They are no more interested in following the dead, unwanted, unknown. Actually, neither the person who imposes the rule, nor the person who maintains the rule, nor the person who obeys the rule knows why the rule exists. What the hell you are doing? What the hell is going on? No, neither legislature nor executive or judiciary or the obedient citizens, all four do not know why this law exists. That kind of laws exist in every country. In every country, practically. If you start seeking the root of the law, some assumptions happened in some roundtable discussions 150 years ago. Is the origin of the law absolutely irrelevant. But unfortunately, these laws are teaching you your primal assumptions, primary assumptions, preliminary, original, first assumptions about you. Your first assumption about you need to be corrected and the truth to be told. Don't start as a body-mind combo. Even the religious structures and philosophies which begins telling you are a body-mind combo and that body-mind combo has to work and do something, this, that, yearn and achieve enlightenment, dump it. They are making hell for you. No. Only enlightened ones know it is very difficult to change the preliminary assumptions. Sometimes it takes janmas. Always it takes years to change the preliminary assumption. Sometimes janmas. That's why when Krishna starts his teaching, the first word is, you are Atma, you are the field. You are the field which is carrying the ultimate, pregnant with the ultimate. When I tell people, you are ultimate, many of the even sincere Hindus who are trying to achieve enlightenment, educated in scriptures, even they try to say, Swamiji, what you are saying is ultimate truth. We know, but I don't think it should be taught immediately. People should go step by step. You are doing wrong by teaching the ultimate truth immediately. If I am wrong, Krishna is wrong. The moment he opens his mouth, actually Krishna opens his mouth only in the second chapter, Sankhya Yoga. In whole Bhagavad Gita, there are 18 chapters, and second chapter is Sankhya Yoga. First is Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Second chapter only Krishna opens his mouth. The moment he opens his mouth, the first thing comes out and falls. You are Atma, you are the field. Which literally carries the ultimate. Listen. Preliminary assumption should be right. If you think you are a body-mind combo and start from there, the struggles will be too much and almost I can guarantee you will not achieve. You may be a good slave to your teacher. Listen to one important truth. A teacher who accumulates slaves will be slave for those slaves because he has to be constantly maintaining those slaves. I think I am the only master who lives in absolute seclusion, where I don't have anyone around me other than few people who are just taking care of me and living around me out of love. And all the followers live absolutely away from me, never seen me for years now, but continuously the following is expanding, growing. Because I don't collect slaves, I collect leaders. I make Paramashivas. I don't collect body-mind combos, make them enlightened. I collect Paramashivas and make them manifest. You are Paramashi. Start manifesting all your struggle, your problem, why you are not manifesting, why, if you are Paramashiva, why your reality is not reflecting it. All that problem I will attend. It's a legitimate problem. I will attend. But assuming your body-mind combo and trying to evolve, your birth is illegitimate. Your very preliminary assumption is illegitimate. Your preliminary assumption about yourself, your original assumption about yourself, if it is body-mind combo, you are born out of rape by the society, forcibly on your consciousness. Society commits a forcible rape on your consciousness, and out of that illegitimate child born is your original identity. If you think you are a body-mind combo, listen. I give you the legitimate cosmic ID card. Paramashiva. Param. You are ultimate. That's a legitimate cosmic Aadhaar card, social security card. I think I'll start issuing one. Legitimate cosmic ID card. You are Paramashi. Start manifesting it. If you ask, oh, if I am Paramashiva, why my reality is not reflecting it, radiating it? You are asking a legitimate right question. Now I will answer you. From yesterday, I am explaining so many different points. Answering this one question, if you are Paramashiva, why your reality is not reflecting it, and how to make your reality reflect, radiate, you are Paramashiva. Listen. When you assume it is done, when your original assumption, original identity about you, if it is done, means Paramashiva, you are ultimate. Param aham. Aham brahmasmi. Then you stop approaching your desire as a request and start approaching it as a fact. I am Paramashiva. So if I want, I will manifest the body I want, as I want, how I want. I am Paramashiva. So if I want wealth, I'll manifest it as I want. I am Paramashiva. If I want relationships and to be loved or love, to shower love or to be loved, I will manifest as I want. Why I am not manifesting? Maybe I need to look in and understand where I wanted, what I wanted, when I wanted, why I wanted, now how I can want rightly. That's all. It is not about pretending or forcing yourself to believe through sheer willpower. No. It's about entering into a state of being where you organically, naturally feel the truth of your assumption, your ultimate. How can you be anything else? Hey, Paramashiva is not cheap to produce, create something less than him. An artist is ultimate only if he produces the ultimate which he carries externally. Paramashiva is the greatest artist. He does not have tiredness, boredom. He doesn't flow this one masterpiece art I created. So, second, let me take it easy and do something low grade. No. Everything he produced, created, manifested is he. Whether you or me, everything you see, he manifests as he. Just organically understand the facts I am presenting. You will see the truth very clearly. The truth I am revealing about your original assumption. Your original assumption should be you are ultimate. You do this by asking yourself, if I already had it, how would I think? How would I walk? How would I speak to others? How would I treat myself? Listen. Listen to bring the right ultimate assumption. I should say, even the word ultimate looks little remote. So I will use the word right assumption right now. Right original assumption you need to carry is, yes, I am already Paramashiva. I am Paramashiva. All I want, I have. The wealth, health, relationships, bliss, inner knowledge, powers, everything I have. How I would think, how I would walk, how I would speak to others, how I would speak to myself, how I would treat myself, how I would treat others. Just sit and drown yourself into that Icha Shakti, Manasarovar Manonmani. This is the Manasarovar bath, Manasarovar Snan. Do this. Best time to do this is night when you go to bed. You are entering into your Karana Sarira. The word Karana Sarira, listen. The West calls your sleeping state as unconscious or subconscious, dream as subconscious, and Deep sleep as unconscious. No. In the East, we call it beautiful word. Deep sleep, we call it as Karana Sarira. Means that is where all the reason, Karana, seed, cause for why you are existing the way you are existing is there. So every night, don't think when you fall asleep, your day ends. No. You are working in your warehouse, the Karana Sarira, your cause. All the reasons, causes of why you are, who you are, what you are falling into that. Every day when you fall asleep, your shop closes, you enter into the warehouse. Production unit. I think production unit is the better word than the warehouse. Your daytime is marketing, shop. Your nighttime is production unit. The time you attend to the cause. Every night when you enter into that Karana Sarira, that is why I insist all my disciples study little Sanskrit. Because if you know little Sanskrit, you know every night you are falling asleep into Karana Sarira. Even if you know these facts, that one day you will think, what? Why is it called Karana Sarira? If you only know the English word, every day night you fall asleep, you fall into subconscious and unconscious. You will think, why am I wasting time there? What's the use of it? Then you suffer with the sleep apnea. But if you know, every night you are falling into Karana Sarira during your sleep, you will know what should be done. Then it will become the real productive hour of your life. The real productive hours of your life is your Karana Sarira sleep time. All great people who achieved all great things which humanity is celebrating used their Karana Sarira, their time with Karana Sarira with a clear purpose and conscious involvement. Mediocre people fall asleep. Great people use night time, your sleeping time, to be in the Karana Sarira and generate, manifest what they want as life. That is why not only Krishna, all spiritual scriptures of Sanatana Hindu Dharma says, yogi does not sleep in the night. Every night when you fall asleep, ask yourself, if I already have it, if I already had it, if I am Paramashiva, how would I think? How would I walk? How would I speak? How would I speak to myself and how would I speak to others? How would I treat myself and how would I treat others? Visualize, think, plan how you will manifest when you fall asleep, when you go through the Manasarovar Snan, Manon Mani, Karana Sarira. When you wake up, manifest it, live it, stand tall as Kailasa. Kailasa is your waking state. Manasarovar is your deep sleep. Live according to the answers you get in the deep sleep. Even if your senses are trying to convince you otherwise during the daytime. At first, this may feel strange because your outer reality will still carry the residue of the old state. But do not be discouraged. Outer conditions may be a little slow to catch up. They are the shadows, not the substance. The substance is the inner state you hold consciously, unwaveringly. Your mind is the director. The world is the stage. The moment you accept the role of Paramashiva inwardly, the scene begins to change outwardly. Hey, listen. All those who teach you devotion first are deceiving you and teaching you deception as the devotion. All those who teach you the ultimate truth, you are Paramashiva. And when you start living, you develop so much gratitude for that consciousness, that awareness, which is just manifesting anything as you want. And you fall in love with your own consciousness. That is devotion. Swabhakti, Guru Bhakti, Atma Bhakti, Atma Murti Bhakti is all one and the same. You fall in love with your consciousness, which is just manifesting anything you want as you want. So simple, so wonderful, just like wow. So wonderful, so beautiful, just like wow. When you get this feeling, the love you experience, the gratitude you experience, the love which flows out of this gratitude is devotion. That will flow, overflow